Morning. Good morning. What's everyone up to? I'm a little sleepy, although I've been up for, I guess, almost a couple hours now, hour and a half. Why do I get up so early on a Saturday when I have no reason to? I don't know. But here we are. We'll see if anybody else is around hanging out this morning before the great and mighty TKE goes live at 9:43-ish. A little quiet though on a Saturday morning. Chill. What's up, Michael? Morning to you, or whatever time it is where you are. It is 8:37 here. I might go ice fishing today. I don't know. It's warm. It rained all day yesterday and melted a lot of snow and probably didn't melt much of the ice. I don't know. I saw someone made a post with some statistic that I don't know what it was. So much rain, if it rains all day or whatever, it really only removes like a 1/16 or a 1/4 inch of ice or something like that. We had 8 or 9 inches last week, so chances are there will be less than an inch has been removed. Is that the right word? 9:37 here and raining hard. It rained all day yesterday, and for having snow everywhere and being Minnesota and cold, it was warm, and all that rain basically melted all the ice, but now everything is wet. I mean, not all the ice, the snow. Now everything is all wet. Depending on the lakes, if there's going to be slush on top or not, especially it's going to be 38, 40 degrees today. So I don't know what the surface conditions on top of the ice will be. The ice will be fine. We haven't been driving out yet. Haven't even taken the snowmobiles out yet. We kind of been walking out, so you put all the stuff in a sled and drag it out onto the ice. And in that type of a setup, you can really go out on like 3 or 4 inches and you'd be fine. Generally, we wouldn't go out if it was 3. That's kind of getting to be on that pucker up kind of a thickness. But it was 8 or 9 last week, so we do have ice here in Minnesota. We've gotten out on the lake, caught a couple fish. Could totally do it today, but depending on, I don't know, because you actually have to go to the lake to find out what the conditions are, and it might be just fine. It might have rain might have washed all the snow off and then formed a little layer on top of the ice, and then that freezes and kind of solidifies the ice even more, makes it nice and clear and slippery today. But there could be some water on top, maybe some slush. I don't know. What does everybody else got planned for the day? You've been out of bed? You dressed? Got like real pants on? I'm not wearing pants at all. I'm right at that edge of here, so I could just basically be wearing this hoodie and that's it. But no, I have pants on. I have pants on. Well, TKE, I'm going to go out and ice fish. So I was like, I'll go live for a little bit before TKE starts. I've got about an hour before you go live, right? I never said I was ice fishing. If we go, we usually leave at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then get to the ice by like 11 or so. So we're probably going to go at like 10. Which means at about 9:30, I need to start getting ready. So I can't jump on live. Well, TKE's naked. So everyone can take that mental note right there. Almost medication time here, says Pipe Thirsty. Where do I get these hanks from? Well, there are a lot of places you can get hanks, but I can tell you about one. Let me go grab a couple really quick here. I have a few over here. Boom, boom, boom. I got my hanks from my man, Mad Yako. Go ahead and put that right up there. Mad Yako on YouTube. Sorry, I'm backwards again. I need to be able to see this so I can hold this up and be in focus. I'm trying to work on that, but YouTube doesn't want us to do vertical lives and be able to have things readable. So I'm working on it. But yeah, Mad Yako on YouTube. He makes hanks with a lot of different patterns and styles. See this one, black with no colored stitching. I have a nice little red one right here. And then this one has red stitching on the back, right? Nice little accent with a cool little crosshatch or zigzag pattern, I guess. Then I've got this one here. Very cool pattern. This is kind of like a denim kind of material where it has the lines kind of like jeans, but it's softer for sure. And then look at the stitching on the back of this one. That same kind of staggered zigzag pattern, but man, he makes some nice hanks. You can check him out on Mad Yako on YouTube, or I'm pretty sure he's also on Instagram, or yeah, he is on Instagram. And then he does have a page on Etsy. TKE's got a wrench next to him. If he's got his hands free, he could maybe post one of those links to Mad Yako. But he makes some good hanks, good pricing, not too expensive, but good quality. He's got a couple. He did get a new sewing machine. I guess it's been over a month now, but he's got a couple different sewing machines. Been making a lot of hanks. Got a couple here. Oh, I got another one right here that he did for me. You know, my theme is kind of the horror movies. Jason. Got my man Jason right in the middle of this one. And then the stitching he did on this, I love it. It's like Slipknot, the band, you know, or like right here you got Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's kind of like a dirty stitch, like if someone were to stitch up their own whatever. I love it. He just has a lot of different types of styles of the stitching, and you can get any different patterns, or if you want, you can find a pattern like I did. I found this fabric and I said, hey, I found some fabric. Can I order it and send it to you? And he's like, sure. So I sent him the fabric, and then he made me several hanks. I think I have like 8 or 9 of them now. Really good. I can't recommend them enough. Is that right? I can recommend them, or no? I recommend them. What's up, choir boys outdoors? Good morning, good morning. Michael McCoy, Ralph Robertson. What's going on, Ralph? I went and looked on my bands, or like, what's the word? People who have been either banned or like paused or whatever. And Barbie was not on my list. So she couldn't post on my live the other night because she got banned or something for a day from YouTube, or I don't know. She's a good girl. So we're not sure exactly how it's happening. I do love knives, cheeses. I would say someone could say I have a problem, but everybody's a collector. Everybody likes to get things, have their little whatever it is they enjoy in their life. Beanie Babies. Is that still a thing? Beanie Babies? Sophie's Choice, you have to pick one. Which is your favorite? Done deal. This is the Kizer Mini Towser K. 154 cm on the blade. Frag titanium with a real deep textured frag. Feels excellent in the hand. Great grip on it. Tons of jimps. I love a lot of jimps, so you got to put a big stack of jimps on there and then put a couple little jimps on this little forwards choke up spot. I can get up on there. I have a larger hand, so I tend to enjoy a little bit bigger knife. Kizer's clutch lock is the best crossbar lock in existence. They figured it out. They've done it right. Really nice knife. Not my most expensive knife, but definitely has been holding the spot of my favorite for quite some time. Although I gotta say, the new Kizer Hawk could jump into that spot. It is great. Feels really good in the hand. This has a DLC coated M390 blade, titanium with the micro milling. If I can get the right angle, you can see those lines. There they are. A little frag pattern on the back. The drop shut of this blade, boom, it just, as soon as it's free, it just drops. Look at my right hand. You get it drop to the thumb, and then you move your hand out of the way, and it just, nice and smooth. Flipper tab works really well. It has the new Snap Echo technology, which instead of a detent ball, it's a detent post. So if you listen, it's a double click. Click, click. And so you got that kind of sound. Just gives it that extra little boom when you open it. I love it. This thing is sweet for sure. What's up, Wise Rice? SOG versus Kershaw versus Gerber. Kershaw? I don't have any Kershaws. You mean Kershaw? Or is there a Kershaw and I just don't know it? So, SOG, I used to carry this a lot. This is the SOG Terminus. This is around a $50 knife, G10 D2. Has that axis lock that works well. Whoop. Flicks out easy. Also has a flipper tab. Really nice, no nonsense kind of a blade. This is a great daily carry beater kind of a knife. Think they mean Kershaw. Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering. So as SOG goes, I really enjoy that one. Gerber, I don't have too many Gerbers. I have my Gerber turd. If I can find it. Where did I put that turd? There it is. This one right here, I did a custom polish to turd. This is my first in the series of the turd polish. This is a budget Gerber. Has that crossbar. It had a assisted opening, which I removed. So now when you go like this, it's kind of weak. You have to give it a little flick to get it to open, and then you have to give it a kind of a swing to get it to drop, but it does work. Just very weak on that detent. If I just go like this, see? That when you remove an assisted opening, sometimes it can work, sometimes it doesn't. This one sort of works. But I did also the laser mark, the little wave pattern on that handle. Little Polish a Turd Volume 1. Not a big Gerber fan. They kind of make some more budget stuff. The number 2, get the joke, number 2 in the Polish a Turd series is this. This is a Ozark Trail $6 knife from Walmart. I did the acid etch on the blade, and then the laser mark on the handle. That's all blue aluminum handle, and I did a white snowflake pattern laser mark on there. This turd got polished, but it's still a turd. Still a turd. Neil McKenzie, 6 months. Thank you, bud. Much appreciated. Been around for 6 months. I can't believe how much time or how fast time goes by. I feel like it was just recently that I started doing the lives. And man, it was recently when I was monetized and started getting members and stuff. And I've got some people like Neil, 6 months. Time just is whipping by, having a blast. Coffee's at perfect temp. Everyone knows that magic coffee window of perfect temp. What's everyone got planned for the weekend? Boker, it's a good knife. Okay, so yeah, Kershaw would have been the other one, Wise Rice. So between SOG, Kershaw, and Gerber, I put Gerber at the bottom. SOG and Kershaw kind of in the middle. One of my daily carries for a while was the Kershaw Heist. Another crossbar. Flicks out good. D2 steel and a FRN scale. This is just a nice daily carry as well. Very comparable to that Terminus. I also have a Kershaw Iridium. This actually won Blade of the Year Blade Show. Good action on it. Fun and fidgety. Nice little accent. Couple different colorways you can get with this. The thing I don't like about this one is the blade finish is a fingerprint magnet. You barely touch it and it just gets all fingerprinted up and just dirty, and it's fine. It still works, but I definitely am more of a fan of like the Heist with this kind of stone wash pattern. This is my favorite blade steel, or not steel, but like surface coating kind of whatever, or finish, because it doesn't really show fingerprints at all. When you get scratches and stuff on it, they kind of blend into that kind of texture, and it's just, you know, everyone has their taste. Some people like a black coated blade. Nothing wrong with the black coated blade. This Sen Cut is really nice looking, but as you use it and beat it up, you'll start to get scratches on that coating. And so then it's some people, you know, if you use and beat up your knife all the time and it gets well used, doesn't really matter. But sometimes you got one and it's like you don't really like that big scratch that went across the side of it because of that blue coating. I do have the DLC coating on this one. That is an extremely durable, and look at how shiny it is. Resistant coating. You can basically scratch that with another metal, and it's got a higher DLC, and so, or it's got a higher HRC on the DLC. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. And so it's very resistant to damage because of its hardness, and it's just nice. But I've got a texture, different colors of all of them. Here's another black one right here. This is the Devo Tall Boy. This bad boy went out of stock 30 minutes into its sale. They were no longer available. Kind of had to be right there, ready to go to get the order in. I believe they have another drop, or they did another drop, gave you another chance. This is the dark mode version, Blade Binge exclusive. Very nice knife. Devo makes some really cool stuff. I need to carry this one more. I don't have like a normal carry usually because I've got so many knives and I'm getting new ones all the time, and then I get a new one and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to carry that one tomorrow, and then a few more days go by and I get another new one and I'm going to carry that one. So I'm kind of going around. I haven't carried the Devo for probably a month or so. And then another month will go by and I'll carry it again. The other Devo I've got is the Premium Pony Stout with the titanium. I plan to do a anodize to this. This is in my top 5. I love this knife. Need to carry it more. I've been kind of holding off because I want to take it apart and do my custom ano job to it. I'm going to be a wild man again. Groceries and laundry again. Ooh, Neil, settle down. ProTech. I do not have any ProTechs. Boker is a good knife. Boker does make some interesting knives. I have a couple of them. This is a Boker Kalashnikov. It's an out the side auto. This is the full lefty version. These are only about 50, 60 bucks. Even the lefties, righties have a version for everyone. That's kind of a fun little Boker. I do have another Boker, and out the front, boom. This is the USB, because it looks like a USB stick, but no USB in there. Just a nice little out the front blade. My other Boker is this. I've had this one for like 20 years. Jim Wagner Reality Blazed. I've said that a couple times before. Reality Blazed Blade. It's like a tongue-tied tongue twister. That thing is ridiculous, though. I don't know if you can still get one of these. This is probably from like 2005 or 6. So I've had the one for quite a while. Not sure if it's still available. Good morning, Kenman. What's up, Kevin Smith? And knives. How are you today? Kershaw EMT, I just got it. What do you think? I don't own an EMT. I've seen the EMT. Kershaw makes some nice stuff. And if it works for you, you like it, you've been using it, or you just got it recently, like for Christmas or something. I just got a good screw Torx driver. Thing spins for days. Oh, it's got the ball bearing on it. You can just go bzzz and let her spin. How much was that? If you don't mind. Inquiring minds want to know. I want to know. Yeah, Nick says he just got it. So yeah, test it out. See how it goes. $55. To me, that's kind of the sweet spot. If you look a lot, I do have a lot of knives, but there are quite a few of these that run in that like $40 to $80 range. To me, that is as far as like user type knife. That's solid for me. $80 on the swap. Got a little money on that bad boy, but it's fun. It's nice. It works, and you're gonna use it all the time, I'm sure. But yeah, that $40 to $80 range is just kind of a sweet spot for me as far as affordability. Not afraid to use it as much. I know sometimes, like me, if I got like a $200 knife and it's just in pristine condition, I kind of treat it like a new pair of shoes, where you're kind of walking around, you don't want to scuff them up, smudge them up. Once you start using it, kind of break it in, it changes, obviously, just like shoes. And all of a sudden, once they're beat up a little bit, now you kick around whatever. I found, though, a lot of the knives for that $50 range just do really good. The new militas and mini milita. This is the mini milita. You get the mini milita starting at around $45, $50 up to like the $180 premium version. But this is the Nitro V version. I think this one's around $50, $55. This is a fantastic knife. I could use this and carry this every day and be happy enough. Are any of them sharp enough to cut that hair? Yes, absolutely. But I implore thee, if you are in your 40s and you don't have any grays and no receding hairline, why would you not farm some hair, right? When is Penman not live? All the time. All the time, Paul. But I tell you, it's fun. And if I can just bump on live here for like half hour to an hour before TKE goes on and hang out for a little bit, before I go ice fishing or whatever I do today, which is probably what I'll do. Here we are. What are you doing today, Paul? Getting into anything fun? Glorious. It's not bad. I dyed it a couple of years ago. It's kind of growing out. You can see the blonde line somewhere in here. This is my COVID hair. Last time I got a haircut was right before COVID happened. I have no hair. I feel personally attacked. It's okay, Paul. It's okay. It's going to be fine. I bet you're gorgeous. See, coffee's already starting to drop past that point. Now I almost have to slam it before it starts getting to that gross kind of non-enjoyable temperature. I could put the lid on it. I don't like lids on mugs. I like drinking out of an open top mug. Open face sandwich. Open faced. But I do have my mug at work. Sometimes it's like, because you get busy at work and you start doing stuff, you take a sip and then you're working, and then 15-20 minutes goes by, and then this mug, it would start to be cold. But you put that lid on there and it's like an hour later, it's still the same temperature. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. I have a mug lid phobia. It's not really a phobia. It's more of just an enjoyment factor. If I got that lid on there, it's just like, man, get rid of that thing. I got a phobia. Making bacon. I kind of had a little snack, but dude, some bacon sounds great. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, 30 minutes, TKE. Are you going to be on at 9:30 sharp today? Oh, look at that. I switched. Cold Red Bull. Double fisting the caffeine in the morning. That's how I keep this figure. What an idiot. Yes, I am. If you guys haven't seen this one yet, this is the Rough Rider Apta. It's a slip joint, But dude, listen to this. Copper and VG10 on the blade. And clicky is clicky. Look it up. Just sounds so clicky. I have slip joints. None of them sound like that. Pretty fun stuff, though. I'm going to do a shipwreck on that. Anybody have an APTA? What's going on? What does that say? Dat other penguin? My eyes don't work that good, and it's the cursive writing makes it a little harder for me to see. It's my fault. Yeah, and this thing's sweet, though. It's just, they make a Warncliffe version, too, but this click. I don't know what's making it so hollow and snappy, because this thing is heavy. It weighs like 6. The copper on there is dense. You know, all copper knives are going to be a little bit weighty. Weighty? Good walk and talk on it. Great sound. Another slip joint that I got that I'm really happy about is this one right here. Eesh. Look at this. It's like the entire knife was designed around the finger choil. Brand New American says was hoping to go fishing today, but 44 degrees, no bueno. Yeah, it's going to be like 38 to 40 here. It rained all day yesterday. We have 8-9 inches of ice, but chances are, or where do you live? Is it frozen where you live, or is it you're going on the water? Brand new. Waited 3 months for your last set of OG scales. For what? Scales for what? Did I miss that? Oh, maybe for the Deca? Because Kane's talking about scales for the Deca. What's the name of the copper one again? The APTA. APTA. I think I still have... Blocks. There it is. Rough Rider APTA series. They have about 4 or 5 different models. One of them is a Warncliffe blade. This one is the cleaver. But that clicky sound, very cool stuff. Edwards. What was this called again? Zambezi. My bad. Rosecraft blades Zambezi. Look at this finger choil. It's huge. Could drive a bus through that finger choil. And oosh. That is the stiffest walk and talk out of any knife that I have. You can barely pinch open it. You got to kind of use the... Oh my God. My hands are slippery. Oosh. It is a stiff one. But look at that. When it's open, that stiffness makes that blade more solid for a slip joint. Great looking piece of rosewood on there. Absolutely gorgeous knife. Super happy I got this one. Rosecraft blades. Zambezi is that one. Thomas McDonald, Brass Sheepdog in 3V has 35 off coupon on the Zon. If anyone's interested in that, Brass Sheepdog 3V, $35 coupon. Gotta love a stiff one, right, Gons? What's going on, bud? Edyard, what are you up to today? You're welcome, Simon. It's cool. And they're not expensive either. So, you know, and it's got better than their 440. The VG10 steel can be known to be brittle, but it's also, you know, pretty decent steel compared to their 440. So, I don't know. Cool little knife. And that clicky sound. I see 3 militas. You okay, man? I'm great. I mean, Milita 1 right there. The old fixed blade Milita. Fantastic. S35 VN, the camo carbon aluminum handle, extra jimps up out on there for some great slicey fun fixed blade action. And then why wouldn't you have the matching militas? I mean, this is 154 cm, this one's Nitro V, but why wouldn't you have them all? Boom. Ugh. Milita is fantastic. Pick one up. 4 militas, I stand corrected. I have 4. I had 4. I gave one away. Then Ken Fix gave me another one, so it wasn't technically mine, but I did have 4 again, but I gave that one away as well. So I've given away 2 militas on the channel, which is fun. I don't have 4. I need 4. Do I have 4? Sometimes I can't find a knife that's right on the table in front of me. Milita Infestation. What's going on, Zachary? Question mark. I got the answer. The answer is cold steel triple action. Whoops. Right? Double-edged. Have you ever seen one of these? This is about 10 years old. But tell me that's not a fun action knife. The blade, or the handle drops like that, the blade falls in, and then the handle goes closed. So in a way, it's kind of like a butterfly knife, yet not. Super fun stuff though. Might not be able to find it other than on the secondary market. The cold steel triple action. I got this one, I think, in like 2007, probably. But it's just weird enough and fun enough and fits right into that bill. Whenever I see a knife that's just got some strange action like this right here, you're like, what is going on with that? I don't understand how that works. So I have to add it to my collection. Right? How much is that worth? The triple action, this one, Zach, when it was new, I think it was like 70 or 80 bucks. But that was also 18 years ago. Again, if you can find one now, I don't know what the price would be on it, if it went up or if it didn't. Any Benchmade? Not a fan of Benchmade, really. Their butterfly tax is just a little high for what the stuff that they make. I do have the Benchmade tagged out right here. This is like the Bug Out's big brother. Got that axis lock. Works good. Feels good. It's just too light. I don't like that they made these to be ultra light. I prefer a beefier knife. They do make aftermarket scales. I could get a titanium scale on there that would be cool. That's why I own the Beowulf. It's weird. Zach, I don't really have any Leathermans. I do have a Leatherman multi-tool somewhere. I don't really use it that much. What would be my pick on the table? Generally, guns. Lately I've been saying it's this one, the White Mountain Knives exclusive mini Towser K from Kizer, titanium with the frag pattern, Kizer's clutch lock, 154 cm and a ton of jimps. Bigger knife. I love the Towser K. So mini Towser K is great. I have 4 Towsers. Probably potentially soon to be 5 since the Ultim Towser K is on sale right now. Thank you for subscribing, Mothorn. Do I like MagnaCut? I do. Do I own any MagnaCut? I don't. I like that you could take a piece of MagnaCut and chuck it in the ocean for a week and then take it out and it's fine, which is cool. But I don't actually own anything MagnaCut. I do have a couple other Benchmades. This is Lanyard Man's Osborne that is nice, has a nice shipwreck to it. Osborne, I'd say if I was going to get another Benchmade, I would maybe consider the Osborne. I rotate my EDC every single day, Joey. I'm always getting new knives, and so it's like I get a new knife, and it's like, oh, I just got that new case. So on that day, I'd be carrying the new case Muskrat. The Muskrat is a cool one. It has 2 blades, 2 clip points, identical matching blades, one on each side. It was originally made for processing animals, so you've got one blade and it gets dull, you can bring out the other blade and continue doing the exact same cutting work. I've been getting more into case knives lately. I do not have a Buck Auto. S45 VN is cool. I like it. I have a couple. Yikes. I don't remember where it is or what it is. I know I have an S45. It's good steel. A lot of those. I got a couple S35s. I got a couple S90s as well. I'm on board. Thoughts on, I don't know Dejo, Paul. I'm a novice to that one. I haven't heard anything about Dejo. He'll get that back in 6 years. Probably 7, TKE. Probably 7. But yeah, Joey, I rotate every day because I'm always getting new knives. But I tend to carry multiples. So like yesterday, I carried the Rosecraft Little Chunk, and I put that one in this pocket here. Then I had the Olatan's GO47 or whatever it is, and I carried that one in this pocket over here. And then I also had the Kizer Urban Bowie, and I carried that one in my 5th pocket right there. So generally, that's kind of my deal, is I will carry at least 2 knives, if not 3. I've started to carry 3 a little bit more. You know, there'll be days where I do matching kind of things where I'll be like, okay, the main milita will go in here, the mini milita over here, kind of things like that. Or if I say, oh, today I'm going to carry this Kizer, I'll carry a full size in the main, and then I'll get a secondary. It'll be a smaller one like the Urban Bowie. So then I've got a larger and a smaller knife on my carry. But then sometimes I'll try to make them match. So it's like, oh, Kizer and Kizer, you know. Or if I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the Civivi Vision FG. So I'll put that in my main pocket. And then my secondary would be the Civivi Baby Banter. So you get a nice little combination from that one company. Or sometimes I'll just get 2 that look good together. That's kind of why I did like this one yesterday. It was like black or silver and red and silver and black and red and silver. Kind of a color combination. But I have found now I always am carrying 2, if not 3. I'm getting more into these smaller, like the Case Peanut. And so this is great for that 3rd knife. So if I got 2 big ones, I can put this one in the little 5th pocket. And now it looks like I'm getting into carrying. Why stop? I'm on like day 30 something of the pry bar. This is an Artform Alt Pry bar made out of titanium. 1 piece folded over for the clip. Great little pry bar. I've been keeping it in this pocket, but I'm waiting for an exact moment where I actually need to use that. People are saying, oh, well, you could have used it like every day. And I try to make it limited to the need for that. I have a knife in my pocket. So if I have a knife in my pocket and I have something where it's like, oh, I just need to open a box or whatever, I'm going to take out that knife that I already would have had and make that cut or do that work with that. This would be a secondary item, that pry bar. Not often that you need to do a pry, but how many days will I carry it before an actual need, an actual staple or 2 pieces of wood need to be separated? We'll see. Comment if you know. You want to make a guess. If you have to choose a book to read, would it be 7 or Green? Wait. If I have to choose a book, is it between, are those 2 books, 7 and Green? I don't know either of them. Right off the top of my head, though, if I had to choose a book to read, I would read the original Dune. Frank Herbert's Dune. Read it. The movies are many different movies, many different adaptations, interpretations of said book. Recently, the series that came out was actually pretty good. If you know the stories, it's interesting. But that book, I've read it a few times. I've listened to it on audio a couple times as well. I'll do that at work sometimes where I'll put in an audio book or something like that and just let it rip. Makes the time go by. Thank you for subscribing, Simon. Oprah MPG conventional methods. Ha! Okay, K Oprah. I don't know. F conventional methods and then marry MPG because she can make that sweet, sweet banana bread. That book better have pictures. Dune, I'm serious though. The book is, it's unfortunate if you really get into the books and you learn the story, then you start to realize that the movie adaptations are not, yeah, I understand she's married. You're the one who put the three of them up there, right? I think I had a respectable answer too. Backdoor Patrol 5 was an excellent film. TKE telling me to be respectful over here. Paul, no, I'm not going to say that one. You guys are now turning into the trolls? All my good people are now becoming the trolls. What? Oh, that was that light. I'm like, did a light just turn off? It did. It did. Does it look any better though? See, now when I hold up a knife right here, it's a little bit darker. Not so bad. Try to put that little flash of splash. Flash of splash. Is that a thing? I did get the new Flytanium Arcade. It's been breaking in nicely. I struggled with this on the unboxing, but I'm definitely happy with it now. TKE, are you all ready to go live right at 9:30? Oh, Kevin Smith. Man, you guys, I tell you what, can't read anything you guys are saying today. Good thing I love you guys. That's what I thought was the fourth Milita. This one here. Yeah, Flytanium Arcade. Does it kind of, I suppose, at an angle, sitting on the table a little further away. It's got that big purple thumb stud on there. And the Shark Lock. Shark Lock is great. I'm so glad this is breaking in. I can't believe how stiff this was right out of the box. You can see it in my unboxing. You can hear it in my voice. I'm like, I was not happy about it. B Shady, what's up? You always forget you have a tall boy. And then I remind you, remember the tall boy. This thing is great. This would definitely be in the top if I only had a few to carry every day. Wah, wah, wah. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I like Devo. They do make some really cool stuff. I was disappointed, Thomas, but it was just, I was struggling. And you know, then when you're filming, I don't have a script and I just go from the cuff and I'm just winging it, right? And so then you get a little thought in your brain and you're mad, but you got to keep going and it like flusters you out. It's a weird sensation sometimes. I feel like I'm fortunate that I'm able to kind of figure out words and continue to go. This isn't scripted. No, this is scripted. This is full script. I'm reading off a script. You notice I gotta just glance up there and memorize a bunch of it real quick. Is it easier to sharpen magnet cut than it would for other knife steels? No. It's actually, well, actually I haven't really sharpened magnet cut, but depending on the hardness of the steel, I guess I don't know how. Anyone chime in on sharpening magnet cut? I know it just basically depends on, like, if you have a softer steel, it's easier to sharpen, but it's not going to hold its edge as long, which makes sense because it's a softer steel. Versus you get a much harder steel, it's a lot more time consuming and takes a while to sharpen it, but once it's sharp, it holds that edge for much longer. Sharpening magnet cut ain't that bad. It's kind of one of those ones that's in the middle, right? The better the heat treat, the easier it is to sharpen. You just need diamonds. Who is the sponsor of this segment? Today's moment has been brought to you by Marco. Polo. Marco. Polo. I don't know. Anybody pick up a mole sect? It's Thursday again, Fook Doozle. No, it's Saturday. I've been doing this one pretty regularly, the little Saturday morning coffee before TKE goes live. Do I sell knives? Yes and no. I'm not a sales. I don't have a page. I don't have a website where it's like, oh, here's my retail sales. When I buy knives, I do a lot of customizations. So what's up, Louie? So when I get a knife, sometimes I'm just getting it because I just want to see what it's like, enjoy it. The new militas, for example, and I want it in my collection and to carry it and use it. So I have a couple militas, but they're not for sale. I buy things to do custom jobs too. So like this one is a cheap example, but this is a $5 Ozark Trail from Walmart. And then I did an acid etch on the blade, and then I did the white laser mark snowflakes on that aluminum handle. And so then that is a custom job for me. And if someone's like, oh, I saw that custom, I'm interested, can I buy it? Then I will sell that. I do shipwrecks. So this is a QSP Penguin. A shipwreck is when you do a forced patina. See, this is where my light would have come in handy right there. But all those little colors and stuff are forced through salt and ammonia and different chemicals. And so I'll do that shipwreck, and then someone will say, oh, hey, I want to buy that. I want that QSP Penguin shipwreck. And now this one is sold, so I'll be shipping it out fairly soon. Shipping it out soon. Another recent shipwreck, the Rough Rider Warncliffe. Look at how cool that one turned out. Right? This one is also sold, so I'll be shipping that out fairly soon. So when I do custom jobs, then that becomes something that someone will say, hey, I saw that video where you did that die project on that knife. Is it available? And those are the knives that I sell. Can I see the most expensive one I have in-house right now? That would be probably this one here. This is the Riot Mini XO. CPM 3V on that double-edged blade, Zircotai inlay. We're pushing 480, I think, about for this one right here as it sits. This is actually not mine. This is Mikey Trails. I got to send this one back to him pretty soon, but he sent it to me for a review. Really fun, the gravity knives. Excellent action, very drop shutty on there. Another one that's probably high up on there is Rene Ramon's Chavez. We're going to be doing a custom to this. We're going to anodize and laser mark and anodize removal that handle pretty soon. Very soon. Here's another custom that I did. This is the Concept Accipiter. That's the Concept Accipiter. Kizer. Aggressor. Concept Accipiter. Kizer Aggressor. K's and A's, right? I did the dye of that maroon color on the handle and then that dual colored acid etch on the blade. Pretty fun stuff. What's up, Justin? How are you doing today? I have 2 V1 and 2 V2s. I need another case. Just filled number 4. I need to sell the stuff I don't run anymore. Yeah, I thought about maybe doing a little clear out of a few knives. Put them on super clearance or something. But I don't necessarily... Well, I could use the money. I say I don't necessarily need the money. But I do need a new computer, and I am saving up to go to Blade Show, Texas. So there is that. Speaking of Clydesdales, it's a long time coming. Here's Stacy, Bolstered Blades, Clydesdale. I'm doing an anno job on that, although we're doing an anno and a laser mark kind of combo on there. And it's kind of been on me. It takes me 9 months to do a job. Maybe. None of them have taken me that long. I held MPGs for quite a while. I've had that Clydesdale for months. But we haven't knocked down an exact thing for it yet. But yeah, if you're looking to anodize that Clydesdale, you should do it, Ghost Keeper. And if you need help, you could send it here. It'll be behind a few other ones. But if you're just doing an anno job, that's pretty easy. I can throw that in and just do it. Versus hers, we're going to do an anodized laser mark kind of combination. But just a simple anno color, I can just throw that in and have it done without having to design anything for like a laser mark. Message me on Instagram if you're interested. How long have I been streaming for? Today? 51 minutes. I have been, my channel, about a year and a half. I'm now 7,000 subscribers. Very much appreciation to everyone out there who supports. I do have a full-time job, so this is just my kind of fun hobby. I love knives. I've been collecting knives for over 20 plus years. Been loving knives for much longer than that, since I was a little kid. I've still got my prize from a 4th of July carnival. This is a cheapo Pakistani blade, but I rusted the crap out of this, beat it up as a kid. I sanded it all off. It's got some pits on it, but this is a prize knife to me. It doesn't have any value other than me remembering having it as a kid and winning it, throwing a dart into a balloon. Patriot just got a Chavez 229 and a Kizer Sheepdog. Can't wait. Sheepdog's great. Chavez makes some nice stuff. Don't have really any Chavezes other than the one I'm doing the work on, but Sheepdog. I have a sheepdog and a mini sheepdog. This is a sheepdog with rich light. There are people that have sheepdog collections. They're into the sheepdog and they end up having like every single version out there. Here's the button lock mini sheepdog. Great action, nice little choke up, good use. This is got a big punch and a small knife for sure. I'm getting somebody sending me the sheepdog that is a double detent. Going to be testing that one out pretty soon. That'll be fun. Titanium Justed posted a case yesterday. What kind of case? Can I flip the Mako? Not very well. I am new to the flip game. This is a Squid Industries Mako V5. I got this so I can start my journey learning some fun Balisong / butterfly moves and tricks. I don't know much, but I know I love you. It's cool though. It is a trainer, so that is a non-sharp blade. It has some tactile little points for helping learn. You can remove the weights or add the weights to the bottom if you want to dial it in. This is the new V5 version of the Mako. I'm excited to learn. I want to mess around with it. Very cool stuff. TKE is going to be going live in a couple seconds here. Who's going to go hang out at the Night's Edge? Brennan loves Balisongs and flipping them. I've been watching some videos. I'm kind of excited to get into it. But yeah, Penman about to steal everyone's girl with that Bally. I'm going to be walking around hanging out at the malls People still do that? I need to start learning a couple good tricks though, because there are just a few moves that I've seen that aren't very difficult. That I was like, wow, that was slick. And I've always been interested in stuff like that. I juggle, do a lot of weird stuff. I do the magic on the channel regularly. Right? Fun stuff. Shit is memorizing to watch. What, that? Or watching someone who's good. I think you're talking about watching someone who knows what they're doing, maybe. Fred, if you're going to make it to Blade, Texas, we should set up a Dan Kenman live dinner for all those that want to come. Okay. Fred, are you in Texas? Good morning to you, Fred. I am definitely going to be in Texas. I will be there. I am going. So that is a thing. And anyone who's there that wants to meet up, we're meeting up. I am not in Texas, Thomas. I am in Minnesota. My nose itches. I live in Minnesota. I drove to Texas last year. I plan to drive again. It's actually probably cheaper for me to drive than to get a ticket to fly. And I like road tripping. I can listen to a book or some podcast or something on the way. And when you drive, then I can bring stuff with me. So if I want to do a little giveaway or I want to set up for filming, it's easier for me to bring things rather than check them in a bag and fly. Stop by your house on your way. I can do that, Justin, as long as it's not too far out of the way. When you have a 14-hour drive, you don't really want to add 2 hours to it by driving out of the way. So depending on that, very possible. I would love to. Or maybe stop by on the way back. You know, if I had more time, it'd be like, oh, stop by on the way back, stay there a day, get into some adventure. Penman farms cheese curds straight off the bush. Why wouldn't you? Who doesn't like cheese? I mean, maybe if you're allergic or something, but I mean, come on, cheese? It's fantastic. Thomas is in Kentucky. How long have you been collecting? Serious collecting the last couple of years, but I can also say, like, this is from early 2000s. These are all from early 2000s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Early 2000s. I've got probably 20 or 30 knives that I've got that I've had for probably 20 plus years. In the last couple of years with the channel is where I really kind of exploded. Started getting into just finding crazy stuff like this, you know. I mean, why would you want a 1-blade knife when you can have a 2-blade knife? And why would you want a 2-blade knife when you can have a 3? And why stop there when you could have a 4-blade knife? That's when I started getting crazy, where it's like, okay. Someone says, hey, you need a Rambo knife in your life. Like, yep, I do. So I got one. Looking at the nice big old Bowies with the big crown stag handle on there. Fun stuff. I mean, that's a knife, right? And everything in between. The real small little Italian stiletto. Get one of these off of Blade HQ. That's the musical instrument from Masters of the Universe. Ha! I have the power, He-Man. Right? Why wouldn't you? Oh, it's a little baby one. It's just a little guy. All right, let's see. Hold on a second here. Oh, TKE is live. All right, I'm going to go. If you are looking for something to do right now, go to The Knight's Edge. The Knight's Edge. It's K-N-I-G-H-T. NIGHTS, the Knights, like a knight suit, shining armor. But he does his normal lives at 9:30. He usually starts at about 9:40. That's why I wasn't done yet. But go over to the Knight's Edge, check him out, watch his live this morning, maybe get into some hijinks with him. I'm going to go see how the ice is out on the water, and probably see you sometime soon. Thanks for hanging out. Bop that like button if you had a good time. Stay sharp. We'll see you guys later.